We've been talking a lot about signs of spring. I found a sign of spring right outside my front door the other day. Mr. Neil and I have a tree. I call it the umbrella tree, but the branches kind of come over just like an umbrella would. And it's a favorite nesting spot for birds, particularly robins. Well, this year, what I discovered outside is, and I think it's a robin, I'm not 100% sure, decided to knock an old nest out of the tree before building a new one. Now the thing is, he wasn't building the new one in the same location, but for whatever reason, this bird decided there could be no other nests nearby. Maybe he was afraid that another bird would come and be close by. And I believe they're very territorial. They don't want any other birds nearby because they're planning on laying eggs and they want to protect their babies. So that got me thinking, this is interesting. Birds do interesting things to survive. Why not investigate a type of bird? So I'm going to ask each one of you to pick a bird and do some research on that bird. Research, that's a really big word. What does that mean? It means gather information. What does the bird look like? Where does it live? What does it eat? What are some interesting facts about the bird that you've chosen? Miss Miller is going to send a sheet to mums and dads for you to collect your information. Now, mums and dads, obviously, if you've got a JK at home, you're going to have to assist. You decide how much assistance you're going to give them. While I was researching online, a really good site I found was National Geographic Kids. Some great information, and for some of my SKs, you're going to be able to read the information on your own. For my JKs, you're going to need some parent help to help read to you, and then the JK can decide the information that's important. So this is what we call it a graphic organizer, and there's a section here in the middle for the animal, or in this case the bird, that you're going to choose. Then there's 4 different sections. One is, what do they eat? What do they look like? Where do they live? And an interesting fact. Now, this, mums and dads, is just a sheet to gather the information. We're going to tomorrow talk about how we can take this information and create like a poster about the bird that your child has chosen. So here's one Miss Milner has done. I decided to investigate the goldfinch, or just a regular finch. My parents have lots in their backyard. So I found out that they love to eat sunflower seeds, thistles, and elm seeds. I did a little picture. Now I didn't quite get finished because the coloring of a finch is quite specific depending on the finch. So on my good copy, I'll add some color. Where do they live? They live in forests, backyards, and parks. And I learned 2 new things today. And I always thought you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's wrong. I learned some new things. I learned that finches are grainivores. We've talked about what a herbivore is, and a herbivore is an animal that eats simply plants. We've talked about a carnivore, who is a meat eater, and an omnivore eats meat and plants. Well, finches are grainivores. They eat just grain. The other thing I learned is the word. I didn't know that this word. It's diurnal. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It means they are most active during the day. Diurnal. So those were 2 interesting facts that I learned about a goldfinch. So give it your best shot. Of course, it's not always easy to try and replicate these things at home, and I understand. Do the best you can do, and have fun. Any of these activities that I provide or put out there for you are to you have fun with them. It's not meant to upset anybody, create tears, just have fun. Pick a bird of your choice, maybe a blue jay, maybe a cardinal, maybe a woodpecker. There are so many types of birds, and learn something new about that bird. Have fun.